The sun rises over Assab, Eritrea's southern port, once a bustling military hub for the UAE's operations in Yemen. Now, the barracks are empty, the runways quiet, a ghost port but not forgotten. This silence hides a new contest for influence, as Assab's strategic value draws powerful new players. Eritrea, fiercely independent, now controls a modern port and weighs its next move carefully. The government in Asmara is in no rush, determined to dictate the terms of any new partnership. Locals remember the economic boom and the unease of the UAE's presence. Today, rumors swirl: Saudi officials, Ethiopian delegations, whispers of new deals. Will Assab bring prosperity, or will it again become a pawn in a global power struggle? The world watches, waiting for Eritrea's next move. For Assab's people, the port is both hope and uncertainty. The quiet is the deep breath before a new story begins. The fate of Assab could reshape the balance of power in the Red Sea. Look at a map. Assab sits at the gateway to the Bab el Mandeb, one of the world's most vital maritime choke points. Millions of barrels of oil and global trade pass through here daily, making Assab a front-row seat to the world economy. For Eritrea, the port is a rare asset, a chance to break out of poverty and isolation. It could transform Eritrea and serve as a trade lifeline for landlocked Ethiopia. Militarily, Assab is a launchpad for power projection across the Red Sea and beyond. In a crowded, contested region, control of Assab is like holding a queen on a chessboard. Its mix of economic and military value makes it a coveted prize. The quiet port is now the epicenter of a high-stakes auction for influence. The UAE's arrival in Assab in 2015 transformed the port into a state-of-the-art military base, fueling its Yemen campaign. Emirati investment brought new runways, hangars, and a bustling hub of troops and aircraft. But by 2019, the war in Yemen dragged on and the UAE began to pull back. The once busy base emptied, equipment shipped out, leaving behind world-class infrastructure. The withdrawal wasn't defeat. It was a shift in strategy, from military might to economic influence. Eritrea was left with a modern port and a critical question: what next? The Emirati chapter closed, but the stage was set for new actors. Assab's transformation created a power vacuum. Now Eritrea holds the keys to a port that could change its destiny. The next move is up to Asmara. Eritrea's government sees Assab as both opportunity and risk. After decades of war for independence, Asmara is wary of foreign control. The goal: develop Assab's potential without surrendering sovereignty. Eritrea needs investment, but every partner brings its own agenda. President Afwerki's strategy is cautious, negotiating with Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, China, and Russia, but committing to none. Eritrea seeks deals on its own terms, aiming for multiple partners and no single patron. This diversification is a hedge against dependency. The risk? Moving too slowly could drive investors elsewhere. But Eritrea bets Assab's value will keep suitors at the table. For this small nation, the port is about more than money, it's about survival. The balance between opportunity and independence is delicate, and the stakes are high. With the UAE gone, Saudi Arabia and Ethiopia are the main contenders for Assab. For Saudi Arabia, Assab is a strategic outpost to secure the Red Sea and protect oil exports. A presence here would help Riyadh counter threats and extend its influence to Africa's coast. Ethiopia's interest is existential. As a landlocked giant, it needs sea access to escape dependence on Djibouti. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has made port access a national priority, reviving old hopes and tensions. Eritrea insists any deal must respect its sovereignty, while Ethiopia's rhetoric grows more assertive. The clash: Ethiopia's dream of the sea versus Eritrea's control of its territory. Negotiations are fraught, and the outcome will shape the region's future. The future of Assab could follow three paths. In the best case, Eritrea strikes commercial deals with Ethiopia and Saudi Arabia, turning Assab into a thriving trade hub. Investment flows, jobs are created, and the region enjoys stability. More likely is a tense competition powers jockey for influence, offering aid or pressure, while Eritrea plays them off each other. The most dangerous scenario? Open conflict. If Ethiopia's demands for sea access turn into military action. War would devastate the Horn of Africa and destabilize the Red Sea. For now, the region hovers between cooperation and competition. Talks continue, but mistrust lingers. The choices of leaders in Asmara, Addis Ababa, and Riyadh will decide the outcome. The fate of Assab is a test for the region's future. Behind the headlines, Assab's people live with the consequences of global power games. Many remember the UAE years as a time of jobs and prosperity. Now gone. We had work, we could send our kids to school, says Daniel, a former port worker. Now, it's quiet. Too quiet. The military presence brought unease, too. We saw the planes go to Yemen. We felt part of a war that wasn't ours, recalls Fatuma, a shopkeeper. Locals want trade, not conflict, opportunity, not occupation. The sea should be a source of life, not a battleground. Ethiopia's push for sea access stirs old fears. We are brothers, but Assab is Eritrean, says a retired soldier. We fought for this land. The debate over Assab is personal, about livelihoods, security, and identity. Eritreans hope for prosperity, but not at the cost of sovereignty. Their future depends on wise leadership and careful diplomacy. For them, Assab is more than a port. It's a symbol of hard-won independence. The stakes are real, and the world should not forget the people at the heart of this story. Their voices remind us what's truly at stake. The contest for Assab is reaching a turning point. As 2025 ends, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Saudi Arabia are locked in a delicate diplomatic dance. Watch for changes in rhetoric between Asmara and Addis Ababa. Will talks focus on trade or escalate towards threats? Major Saudi investment in Assab's infrastructure would signal a move toward cooperation. A lack of investment or increased military posturing could mean rising competition or conflict. Also watch for moves by Russia, China, or Western powers. Any new base or buildup could shift the balance. The next chapter for Assab will be written soon, with consequences far beyond Eritrea's shores. The world is watching, and the stakes could not be higher. If you found this investigation powerful, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more East Africa geopolitical analysis and stories, and tell me in the comments, do you think UAE is planning a base in Assab? I want to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching.